Hey y'all, Instinct Survival is coming again with another Two Tip Tuesday. This time we'll be talking about the plumber's vise and boiling water in 5 minutes. Really, Bill? Why do we need to boil water in 5 minutes? Okay, so reality is this, right? Do we really need to boil water in 5 minutes? Do we need to boil it in 30 minutes? The debate always comes down to is how much fuel do you have? Is it something you need right now? Maybe that's why you're doing it in 5 minutes, because the quicker you boil it, the quicker you get to drink it. The other side of that, and the reason for 5 minute, is because of the fire itself. If I can sit there and do a long, slow boil, well, that's great, but if I can do it and get it boiling quickly, what that does do is tells you, hey, your fire is freaking hot, get it boiling your water, right? So get the hot fire boiling the water. Now, the way we're going to look at it this time is a different way, right? Some of you know about getting the fire up off the ground, and we're going to go through that as a specific item for this Two Tip Tuesday. The other that we're talking about is a plumber's vise. Now, this is my version, is the Coughlin's Sierra Saw, right? I've had this thing for, see, I've been married for 25, so probably about 30 years, right? Got an extra blade, still haven't used the second blade yet, so not too bad, and I've used the ever-living crap out of this thing. It's probably about time to switch blades. But there becomes a factor when you're going in and cutting pieces of wood, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a different way to do that, actually utilizing what's called the plumber's vise, okay? So what I'm going to do is reposition the camera, and then we'll go from there. All right, fellas, the reality of things is this, right? You want to get your water up off the ground, especially if it's wet. So we can do it with a brick and stick it up here. And you can see how much water we've got that we're going to work with up here on top. But what if we don't have a brick? What if we don't have that luxury? So what I want to utilize is something that we already have, right? The Pathfinder cup as an example. So I'm going to put that down and put my water on top of it to boil from there. The reason we're going to get it off the ground is because what that does do is brings the heat into here and brings upward. So heat rises, and it helps us to get that on fire quicker. If we don't have one of the little screens or one of the, a way to space it out, then this may be the better way to do it. So we're, again, just trying to get it off the ground. So let's go in, and again, since we're not doing bushcrafty type thing per se, I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna light this. Hopefully my lighter still works. Wind's helping me, that's good. Get this over on top. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead, give me a little spot in there and get this thing started. Now, again, be careful because your neighbors may be doing yard work at a most inopportune time. So be careful because you may knock over your fire or knock over your water into your fire. Bill, are you actually blowing your fire? Yes, I am. Why? Because it's been raining like crazy here in Georgia. And my wood is a tad bit wet. All right, so we got fire going. And normally I get the fire going and then wrap it around, but I'm gonna do it this way just to see. And we see it is 4 minutes, yeah, 4 minutes till 6. Oh, sorry, we see it's 4 minutes till 6. Between that and a leaf blower, annoying sound. Of course, some of you may be going, hey, your voice is pretty annoying too. All right, and all I'm doing is just kind of bringing that wood around so we can use it on both sides is what my goal is. It's smoke in my eyes, sorry guys. We just want to kind of, wrap it up, if you will. I got sticks on both sides. again, the reason for bringing it up off the ground is to get that heat going a lot faster. And again, because heat climbs, I'm also not worrying about the ground sucking the moisture or keeping it cool, if you will, especially since it's been raining. I don't have to worry about that. All right, fellas, so something happened, and I'll explain that in a minute, but you can see it's 5 after. I got boiling water, so less than 10 minutes. The cutaway, or the reason that that you see it with it in my hand, is because, well, you can trust me to teach you survival skills, but not how to use a camera close to the fire. Anyway, the whole thing shut down because it got too hot. So that got the point across, right? Being able to do it boiling on top of the cup, 10 minutes. So not quite a 5-minute challenge, but the point was being able to utilize other items such as the cup in order to boil the water. All right, fellas, so the rest of it is the plumber's vise. The reason we use a plumber's vise is when you start looking at being able to saw a piece of wood like this, you got this whole action going back and forth. Now, some of you can do it, and that's great, and you lock your arms in and you got it going, that's fine. However, let's make it easier, right? Work smarter, not harder. Yeah, you've all heard it. So what a plumber's vise is being able to take that stick, if you will, put the cutting area to the outside of your leg, and then locking the other one onto your thigh. Now, what you'll see in this, it helps when there's a stump in the way, right? What you'll see in this is that now there's no movement at all. So I can just go to town. And done. Make sure it's to the outside, not cutting to the inside. Knife safety, right? For you left-handers, we'll do the same thing. And we'll do it to the left-hand side, so outside as well. And if it starts wiggling, that means you don't have it tight enough, right? So I'll take, readjust, pull that into me snug. All I'm doing is putting it in the crook of my knee, bringing it down. It's not a 90-degree, right? I'm basically squatting down on it. My thighs and my hamstrings are tightening down. The other is, again, locking on that other side. And the only thing you see moving is my leg. So good or bad, that's what it is. All right, so that's it, fellas. All right, folks, so there you go. That's the basis of it. Again, boiling water for 5 minutes or in 5 minutes. Get it done within 30 is what it really boils down to. Boil, see what it did there. And then the plumber's vise. I hope that is a tip that you'll be able to learn. Tried showing you left-handed, right-handed for those of you that are right-handed or left-handed. Me being ambidextrous makes it easy for me to, if one's hurt, then fine. The other way, fine, not a big deal. But it's one of those things that's a very valuable tool to cut big pieces of wood without having to sit there and shake it to death, right? So, hey, thanks for all you do. Thanks for your likes, your comments, subscribes, comments. Again, go ahead and leave me a comment about the guy cutting his grass for the 2nd time this week. I don't know. Anyway, hey y'all, thanks for sharing them as well. And don't forget to hit the bell so you get subscription notices. Until then, use your instincts to survive. Thanks for watching.